see Trump as someone who's mentally ill. I don't see it.
But he only has people around him that is feeding him the knowledge that he wants to hear, even if the knowledge is wrong.
I don't think that's an exclusive quality to crazy people.
I would also say about Trump, from everybody that I've met that has met Trump, what everybody said to me, and it was the same exact thing. They go, really nice, blah, 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 blah. But then they go this. They go, curious. I go, what do you mean? They go, he just asks questions. What do you do? And then explain to me what you do and why you're good at it. Oh, and why is this like that? Why is this like that? And it was an interesting and I think important characteristic. Now, does he want to be around? Does he want to have like sycophants around him? Is that the knock on him? Sure. Or does he want to have people that will execute what he thinks is the right thing to do? And he feels like in DC, if he doesn't have someone who's on his side, he has someone who's actively trying to take him down. That would be what I'm thinking. Like, if I'm going to DC, right? I'm bringing y'all, not because I think y'all agree with me, because I think that y'all are going to give me the best perspective. Maybe at the end of the day, we have like the common goal together.
Right.
But Akaash might be like, nah, you're going too crazy. You got to pull back on that. You know what I mean? Okay, fine. I agree with you. I'll pull back on that. We all want this to happen. How we get to there might have different methodology. And that's where you lean on people. So maybe he got people who agree with where he wants the country to go, but they might disagree on the best way to get there. Does that make sense?
I get it, but I don't see that happening, son.
It might be, I might be completely wrong. Yeah. And it could be wrong where he wants the country to go.
You should not be able to scratch your entire Achilles tendon, yo.
Son,
put on some lotion.
Son, I got eaten up by bugs, bro. I got literally destroyed by bugs. You don't see all these bug bites,
Where?
bro? On my fucking ankle, bro. I think they came in when you wore the fucking honeycombs on your feet. Literally, when you walked in, look at all these bug bites all over me because you had 2 honeycombs on your feet.
What you doing, yo?
Bro, I'm going through it, dog. I might have, what do dogs have again?
Fleas?
Fleas, bro.
You got fleas.
I might have fleas. I really might have it.
All right. Scratch himself for 5
What
minutes.
else we got? What else we got?
Okay.
What is the abortion thing with Kanye? I know we touched on it, but did we really?
He said he'd pay you $1 million and not get an abortion, right? And then he said he almost aborted his daughter.
Yeah. So he broke down crying because he was like, oh, that's why he's against abortion, because he's like, if I would have had my way, I wouldn't have my daughter right now. And if his dad, who didn't want him, had his way, he wouldn't be alive.
Oh, his dad didn't want him?
No.
Really?
That's what he says, but...
Yeah. And not to mention there's a movement within like black conservatism specifically that's like harping on abortion as like a bit like one of their like talking points.
Yes.
And in what way?
Because they're like, so basically they put abortion clinics pop up in poor neighborhoods.
Right.
And poor neighborhoods are predominantly black in like urban cities and stuff.
Right. Or maybe poor neighborhoods aren't predominantly black, but there are going to be a higher percentage of black poor neighborhoods.
That's a better way to put it.
Right.
And so as a result, a lot of black people in America have abortions, and they have them at higher rates than like their representation of the population or something.
Yeah, so I read it was something like 50% of abortions.
Something like that. So now black conservatives who are obviously against abortion are like, yo, they're killing our people, blah, blah. And so that's what,
right.
So that's popped up in black conservative areas. And I think he's got black conservatives in his ear that are like, yo, you got to push this out there.
Do you think that this could be like controlled opposition? He's not aware of it, but do you think that like Trump people that have not told him that they're connected to Trump, but you think Trump people are like, yo, go run this race. You're going to peel some Democratic voters off of Biden. You'll be like Ross Perot. Remember Ross Perot?
100%.
He was big in Texas, right?
Yeah. He's from Dallas.
He's based
in Dallas. He got Clinton elected.
He got motherfucking Clinton elected because he ran at the same time Bush ran, right?
Yeah. I remember I was watching an old ass SNL from like 1991 or something.
Yeah. Explain the scenario to people who don't understand. It was like...
So George Bush Sr. got elected in 1988. His term was up in 92. I remember in 91, there was a Saturday Night Live sketch with all these Democratic candidates.
Yep.
Who wants to lose the election to George Bush?
Because George was so liked.
He was a shoo-in. It was just like, we loved Reagan. This guy is an extension of Reagan. Everything seems okay. We're good with this. Clinton was like an afterthought in that thing. But then Clinton wins the Democratic primary, and then Ross Perot runs independently. Ross Perot is like a businessman. He's all about the economy, based in Dallas. He takes 20% of the popular vote. And most of the people who are going to vote for Perot would have voted
for
Republican because it's financial. I am fiscally conservative. That's what matters to me. When this badass business dude who was at the time one of the richer people in the country is running, the economy's not doing great, you're like, that's the guy I want to vote for. I'm a Republican. He appeals to me. So I'm going to vote for him. And that's what allowed Clinton to win.
Oh, shit. I didn't
So
know.
maybe they're doing some interference. Maybe the
this
Trump
is my theory last podcast when we talked about it.
You said that, right?
Yeah. Like
Something.
I think he's being placed there to take away votes from Biden.
From Biden.
Yeah.
But I think it's possible he doesn't know that.
Oh, of course he doesn't.
No,
like they really charged him up on something. Yeah, you got this. You can really
They charge
make
him
change.
up like he could really win. Like he has to know he has no chance of winning. And why are you even wasting your time? The other theory is that he's just doing it to promote music, but he's not mentioning any music. He's not trying to sell merch right now. I really honestly think in his head he thinks he's running. To have a rally.
Let me throw something at y'all that might be a little crazy. Let me throw something at y'all. Let's say it's how many months away from the election are we? November is the election?
3.
Yeah.
So 3 months away. Let's say we're 1 month out. Trump goes, yo, I'm tired of these motherfucking pedophiles that are running shit. We're getting them all out of here. We're getting all these motherfuckers out of here. I've been trying to find the best way to do it over the last 4 years. I've been saying all this divisive, fucked up shit because I knew that these group of people was going to love me no matter what. And that's what I needed to do to get in power and get enough research and find out who the fuck they really were and how deeply entrenched into the government they were. And what happens if... And he goes, and listen, and I had enough with it. I'm calling him out. I'm getting him the fuck out of here. Obviously, he does it right around the election time because it's supportive. But you cannot tell me there is a more bipartisan issue with complete or like bipartisan support or whatever that term is than just like don't fuck kids.
Right.
Like I don't care what side you're on, don't fuck kids. And if you do fuck kids, you're a piece of shit and we should just kill you.
Right.
And what if he's like, yo, I'm outing them. This Prince Andrew, these motherfuckers, this is the island, this is whatever. We've had all these investigations going this entire time. We put in all these federal judges on purpose so that they couldn't, get out scot-free if we did try to try him. Like, what if he was like, yo, this is what we've been doing the entire time a month before the election? Do you think that America switches and goes, all right, go get those
I think people who
motherfuckers?
hate Trump will not believe it at all.
You think there'll be a conspiracy?
Yeah, and plus everybody keeps getting marked out. So you need like actual progress as opposed to everybody that gets arrested gets killed and we don't find out anything.
I'm not saying he does anything with it. I'm not saying he tries anybody. He just says it vocally. What y'all think happened?
Well,
That's his sales pitch?
That's a sales
I think
pitch.
people would, Democrats for sure, I don't know about moderates, would be like, you hung out with Epstein all the time. What are you talking about? You stopped hanging out because of a fucking land deal.
Right.
Not because of him landing his dick in a 12-year-old. That's the deal we were concerned about.
Okay, Mark.
But that's the QAnon conspiracy.
Right.
So you hear people on the internet.
Explain that, because I always hear QAnon, but I don't really understand what it is.
So to my understanding, it originated out of 4chan, which is like a forum or a thread that's like pretty unpoliced and unmoderated. And it's just like kind of like internet people, like kind of the dregs of the internet. Not to talk shit about 4chan, but like
right, they coming for you.
Yeah, I know.
The UPS.
Like it's just internet people that go to like talk crazy without any type of moderation, and they started this conspiracy that Trump is actually going to drain the swamp and he's going to clean everything up and he's getting all the bad people out.
So that's what drain the swamp comes from?
I think he said drain
He
the
said
swamp, but they heard it as coded language for like, oh, he's getting the pedos out. We don't know.
Okay, obviously it looks a little bit crazy, and I don't think that's going to happen. But I do feel that go.
I think it all depends on Corona. All depends on the death toll, how we're dealing with it.
The election?
Yeah.
If we have a vaccine by October,
Yeah.
he might win.
Because like right now, that's the main thing on everybody's mind. Like you wake up and you go to sleep, and at one point in the day, you thought about Corona or wearing a mask or something related to Corona. So I think until you are able to either get something that's bigger deal than Corona, nothing is going to help him.
Nothing's going to matter.
Besides the death toll. Like it has to go down.
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, he does come out with it. You're not a Trump guy at all.
No.
Biden doesn't address it. Biden goes, that's a conspiracy. I don't believe that shit. Trump is like, he's in on it. He's one of them. Who do you vote for?
Oh, if he's in on it, and if he's one
That's
of
what
them,
Trump does brilliantly is he makes everybody else toxic.
Right?
I need to see some proof first.
Right.
Crooked Hillary, Lion Ted, Boring Jeb, or whatever he calls him.
And then
Sleepy Joe.
And then
Sleepy
it
Joe.
also
Little Marco.
it also depends on his running mate, Biden's running mate. Because if Biden's in on it, fuck it, get him the fuck out of here. But if he has a good running mate that's not in on it,
You can trust that.
I'll go with that.
I just think it's an interesting thing, and I wonder if that starts to come out a little bit more closer to election. Like if he gets desperate,
Yeah.
because I think he's the motherfucker that gets desperate, and then he just starts throwing haymakers. Yeah. Like remember, he was like, "Bill raped 3 women,
And he brought him
I
to the
just
fucking
grabbed
debate.
one push. It was one."
Yeah, he brought the one guy who like murdered his secretary.
What happened?
Remember that shit?
No, what happened?
I forget who it was. I forgot the guy, but like
Seth Rich, that guy?
No. He accused some congressman in Miami, like his secretary died.
Oh, Joe Scarborough?
Yeah, he was like, someone go ask Joe Scarborough why he killed his secretary or something.
Oh yeah, and he was having like an affair. Apparently, like the secretary that he was having an affair with ended up dying.
And he just like called that shit out like mad blatant. Just like on Twitter, everyone was like, "What?
It's gonna be interesting.
That's a wild boy right there.
It's gonna be
Trump
interesting.
don't care.
And
yo.
he knows how like the pedo shit has become mainstream. It's part of the conversation. Everybody's talking about it. I would not be surprised. And he's spoken about it before. There's videos out there where he was like, "Yo, that Prince William or Prince, what is his name? Prince Andrew.
likes
I
me
forgot
on-
that name. I don't even like when they say that. Prince. Prince did that shit. He was like, Prince has some problems on that island. Like he says that in like 2015. You know, Prince got a lot of problems on that island. And then he's saying like, the Clintons, like we're not friends. I know them, but they might have a lot of problems with that Epstein guy. I think that's where maybe the QAnon thing got started, or
I mean, yeah, that's all wrapped up in the lore.
it's just an interesting thing that it's possible, just like Corona, there could be another topic with enough force to throw shade on all the other things that are so divisive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if Trump comes through or whatever, he's like, I don't have a vaccine. I don't got nothing. And then Biden is like, I promise you, we will have a vaccine by 2 weeks. We're going to do it. And then it comes out. We're all going, I want that guy to lead us. He's the one that saved us from Corona. Even I think Republicans are going to go, well, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be with the guy who got us the vaccine.
Yeah.
I don't know how a candidate would do that, but given this situation where there are two things that are like that heavy,
Yeah.
I think it can happen.
Yeah, part of me thinks that the QAnon conspiracies and like believing that Trump is fighting for the good guys is people that some of it is people seeing Trump do crazy shit and going like, I hope he's on our side. They see him doing such crazy stuff that is like more comforting. It's like that thing we talked about in the piece. It's more comforting to believe that he's, fighting for good and that all of like the shenanigans and all the antics is like pulling for the, for us.
Yeah, it's like sometimes we believe the conspiracy because it puts us at ease more.
Yeah.
Like I think in the piece, the thing we said was, what was the exact line? It was like, we would rather believe that it's a bioweapon from China than something completely natural that just might pop up and kill us again some other time.
That exposes like how fragile existence is. And
How fucking scary is that? One day and Corona 20 is coming out, or COVID 20 or whatever. Like that's terrifying to believe. I'd rather believe China did it, then we could spank China. No more.
Yep.